Well, the long wait is over. How does it feel to have a guy coming back finally?
I'm excited for him. Obviously, he's had a long road to recovery. ACL tears, any type of knee injury, it's a whole process and everything. So I'm finally happy that he's healthy, and he can be back a part of the team out there competing. I know the competitor he is, and I'm looking forward to seeing him throughout the week and see what he does.
What's the biggest obstacle he has to deal with getting back in terms of game speed, mentally and physically?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think every guy's a little bit different. Every injury's a little bit different. He's fortunately done a lot of things in practice. I think he's had a lot of reps. He's had a lot of things done with the team. I think that obviously the biggest thing is, getting those first couple hits out of the way is going to be a big part of that first game. So, hopefully we can keep him as clean as possible up front, make life as easy as we can, and he's a special player, a special leader. So we're excited.
Your blocking assignments do have to vary a little bit because he's all over the place. You don't know where he's going to be at any given moment.
Yeah, I think that, but you can't really expect that. I think that from a protection standpoint, you really just try and, for me at least, I'm trying to set the depth of the pocket, trying to make sure that we're on the right guys who are, the most likely to blitz if they need to, or if they're going to. And from there, you just try and make sure you're blocking for as long as possible. But, he's going to do anything he can to extend plays. It's been his MO since he's been here, and it's one of the things that makes him a special player. But up front, you just try and, block your guy to the echo of the whistle.
For you guys, though, what kind of adjustments do you try to make with the new quarterback in?
Well, I mean, obviously we've played with Carson before, so it's not really a new quarterback. I think the biggest thing that, we're just going to have to hound on the snap count to make sure. We've all had familiarity with that, but outside of that, I think up front, you just try and make sure that you do your job. And for me, I'll just make sure that the communications are all week, that we're on the same page for all the calls that I'm going to make, for all the calls he's going to make, and that we're doing things the way that he likes them to be done.
Have you guys felt an emotional lift at all, knowing that finally, after all of this time, Carson is back and he will start on Sunday?
I don't know. I'm excited to see him back. I think I'm excited for him. I mean, like I said, the road to recovery from an injury is a challenging one, and obviously he missed out on an incredible end of the season last year. So he's chomping at the bit, and he's ready to get back out there. And as competitive as that guy is, I'm really happy for him.
From the fan perspective, though, can you appreciate what the link is probably going to be like this Sunday, knowing that Carson's back out there?
I think the link's always pretty jumping around, so I don't know how much more amped up they can get than they already are.
How'd you guys find out that he was back?
I think Doug mentioned it yesterday, right?
Yeah, like when he told us, that was when you guys found out. Okay. What was the initial reaction? I mean, obviously you're excited, but.
I think that this had been something that, even though it was said to the media, I think everybody knew, when the timelines were, and whether he was going to be back for the start of the season or some point early on. We knew it was coming, and he had some really, really good things last week in practice. Had some really good, running things. He played in the red zone last week where he really took off and ran, and it was pretty evident that he was getting closer.
Jason,
thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
I know Carson's coming back, so like the offense may or may not change a little bit. But on tape, what did you guys see through like film study that like some stuff that like Tampa Bay either did well or that you guys might have missed, like had to work on or anything, or like was it just one of those games where it's just like it happens,
Well, obviously I can't talk from the defensive side of things, but I think offensively they didn't do anything that they hadn't shown before on tape. They didn't do anything crazy, outlandish. Really, if you look at the first couple drives, especially to start the game, we just killed ourselves, quite frankly. I mean, we had penalties, and the sack fumble was a big one early on. And then, I think that for us, we just got to continue to hone on improving on the mistakes, continue to get that chemistry going up front. Really, really close to getting a really solid run game going last week. And it was kind of stalled out by a couple mistakes early on and penalties. So if we can eliminate those, and we can really get this thing going.